The Sultan of Brunei, Hassanal Bolkiah, rules over one of the richest lands on earth and is quite obviously loaded with billions himself. With these billions, he has got himself a bunch of unique assets, right from a gold Rolls Royce to a Boeing 747 and even quite a huge palace. Let's find out more about his splurging endeavors in this video. Hello folks and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at how the royal family of Brunei spends their billions. Hassanal Bolkiah, the Prime Minister of Brunei, was one of the richest people on planet Earth and even now is worth billions. His billions were all thanks to the oil-rich region over which his country lay. But even oil ran out and so did his status as the richest person. He lost this title to Bill Gates in the 1990s. If we're to look into his net worth, he's said to hold a net worth of a whopping $28 billion. A little bit about the Sultan. He graduated from the Royal Military Academy in Sandhurst, from where he secured his degree. This academy also happens to be the same place from where Prince William and Prince Harry graduated from. The cost to attend this academy is quite expensive. Since he was of royal blood, he always had to keep a low profile while growing up. He also was sent to Malaysia to attend the Victoria Institution. Prior to that, he was homeschooled. The Sultan is a big fan of gold and loves to be constantly surrounded by it. His residence is filled with gold accents, and it has even been said that his sink is made up of gold. The man also is quite particular about his grooming and has hired the best of talents to take care of him. In fact, his barber flies down from the UK to make sure that his hair is just the way that he likes it. We all think twice about spending large amounts on such basic necessities, but the Sultan has never been burdened by thinking about the financial aspect of his personal spending and budgeting. So let's start to look at a few assets that the Sultan of Brunei has spent billions on. The first asset that we would like to take a look at is the gold Rolls Royce that the Sultan owns. The Sultan is an avid lover of sports cars, and this customized Rolls Royce is a part of his luxurious collection. According to GQ India, the Sultan of Brunei has one of the most exquisite car collections on planet Earth, and the gold-coated Rolls Royce has become a favorite of his collection. GQ India has further stated that the car is completely coated in gold, including its tires and its grills. The pictures of this beautiful vehicle can be found all over the internet, and it's quite beautiful to look at. This vehicle was custom-made and comes with its top open along with a certain area for an umbrella. The vehicle is always surrounded by a great amount of security and was probably one of the most unique orders that were placed with Rolls-Royce. Next up, we have another car that he loves. Since his love for the car was just too much, he didn't get just one of these cars but got 450 of them. If you're wondering which car this is, we're talking about the Ferrari. He also happens to have 600 Rolls-Royces and 380 Bentley cars parked in his huge garage. His car collection also houses some of the rarest cars found on planet Earth, and he's said to own a total of 7,000 cars. If we're to look at the cumulative value of these cars, it is said to hold a value of a whopping $5 billion according to Hot Cars. Some other mention-worthy cars that he owns include a Ferrari 456 GT Venice, a Porsche 959, and a gray Lamborghini Urraco. Another fun fact about the Sultan's car collection is that at one point in time, the Sultan is said to have owned half of all Rolls Royces that were bought internationally. This was a record that he held throughout the 1990s. Now, apart from having luxurious transportation around his country, he also has a private jet. He doesn't own just one private jet, but plenty of them. Some of them include an Airbus A350-200, Boeing 747-400, and a Boeing 767-200. They're all quite huge and luxurious and have been customized to the Sultan's whims and fancies. One of his private jets, the Boeing 747-400, happens to be gold-plated and it's quite marvelous to look at. As per the many pictures of this jet, the interiors of this jet are coated in gold and elite crystal further garnishes the jet. This jet is also known as the Flying Palace, which is a nickname that it garnered all thanks to its grandeur. The British media has stated that this jet came at a cost of $400 million. Speaking of jets, he has also been stated to have gifted his daughter an Airbus A340 for her birthday. Now let's take a step back from his private jets and take a look at the place where he stays. As he's a Sultan, it is obvious that he has his own palace. And even with his palaces, he doesn't tone it down on the extravagance and grandeur. The Istana Nurul Iman Palace is the palace in which he stays and is said to come with 1,700 rooms and 257 bathrooms. It also comes with 5 swimming pools. The palace is also said to have its own set of garages, and if you're wondering how many garages are there on its premises, well, he has 110 garages here. That is where he houses his awesome car collection. The Istana Nurul Iman Palace also happens to hold the record of being the world's largest residential palace and has been mentioned in the Guinness Book of World Records. The palace is spread across an area of 200,000 square meters, which is quite fast. According to sources, the palace was built in the 1980s and was completed in 1984. The cost of building this palace at that time was $1.4 billion, which in today's time would surely cost trillions. The man also loves horses and has kept a bunch of horses in the stables. The stables come with air conditioning to keep the horses comfortable whenever the weather becomes too hot and unfavorable. He has hired help to look after these stables, and he ensures that the upkeep of the horses is never compromised. His life is quite luxurious and lavish in this palace, and the help that he has hired makes his life all the more comfortable. This reminds us about the hairstylist of his about whom we had spoken earlier. The Sultan's haircut comes at quite an expensive price and is something he doesn't compromise on. The Sultan spends $20,000 per haircut. His barber flies down from the Dorchester Hotel in London's Mayfair to do the Sultan's hair. And yes, this barber flies only first class. This barber happens to be his favorite barber, and he doesn't like anyone else touching his beautiful locks. Now, apart from loving horses, cars, palatial residences, and private jets, he also loves to spend his money on art. He owns some of the most expensive pieces of art that he keeps in his palace. One of these beautiful works of art that he owns was painted by the French Impressionist painter Pierre-Auguste Renoir back in 1892. The young girls at the piano painting made by this French artist cost the Sultan a massive $70 million. And yes, it was just for a single oil painting. Apart from all of this, the Sultan also commissioned his own private zoo, which is said to house quite a few rare species of animals. All the royals and political dignitaries who come to Brunei are given a tour of the zoo. If you're wondering what the zoo houses, well, it's said that there are falcons, flamingos, cockatoos, and 30 Bengal tigers. The birds here can perform tricks such as riding bicycles, talking, playing basketball, and can do so much more. Another thing that's quite intriguing to know is that he got a golf course designed by golfer Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus happens to be one of the most successful golfers on planet Earth, and getting a course designed by him came at quite a hefty cost. The golf course is now at the Sultan's Empire Hotel and Country Club in Brunei. It is quite vast and well laid out, and a lot of the affluent and elite come to spend their time golfing here. Now, that is all we have time for today. So, we shall see you in our next video. Do support our channel by dropping this video a like, hitting the bell icon, and subscribing to our channel. Bye guys, and see you soon.